I hate myself and I don't know what to do. I feel lost. I feel empty. And I don't know how to get better. I don't know what to do to get better. I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that negative mindset of, I'm never gonna get better. I can never get anything right. This is who I am. This is the hand that I've been dealt, and there's no way that I can change. But I feel like the first thing to do is to change your mindset, because a lot of people feel sorry for themselves way too often. People are like, all these things that have happened to me, it was other people's fault, not mine. So now I feel bad for myself. Now I feel sorry for myself. But you have to understand that everything that happens to you, you play a part in. Doesn't matter if somebody does you dirty. Doesn't matter if your parents raised you this certain way. It's the way you react to it, how you react to it. So if there's somebody who you're really close with, and then you catch feelings for them, and they do you dirty, they tell you, no, I'm not ready, no, I don't like you, we should stay friends. And they always say, we should stay friends, but then they say, oh, actually, I think I do like you, maybe there's something here. And now you have trauma from that. Now you can't trust anymore, but you love them with all your heart. You have to start putting yourself first. You have to say, okay, what's the best thing for me right now? Because you've always put other people above you. You've always put other people's feelings above you. And your response, the way you react, you can control that. The way that the other person reacts to you, the way that they treat you, is up to them, not up to you. The only thing that you can control is what you do from what they do to you. So if they do you dirty, you have to act accordingly. You have to learn to put yourself first sometimes. And if not, sometimes, all the time. And how would I do this? How would I go about a situation where somebody loves me, but they're not ready? Somebody's always trying to keep me chasing them. Somebody's always trying to keep me in their life, even though I've communicated, hey, I love you. I think there's something here for us. But they always play with you. They never give you a straight up answer. I would tell them, hey, you can't treat me in this way. If you don't change how you behave, if you don't change the way you treat me, then I'm going to have to leave from your life. And I get it. It's hard to really cut somebody off. It's hard to ghost somebody, but you have to understand that if they're putting you through things, negative things, even though they say one thing and they do another, if they're putting you through bad behavior, if they're traumatizing you through their behavior, you have to put you first. You have to cut them off. You have to unfollow them on everything, delete their number. You have to act like they don't even exist. If they reach out to you, you can't text them back. Because I feel like when you love somebody, you'll always have a soft spot for them. You'll always have that, if they text me, I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to answer them. But you have to understand that that's toxic behavior. They tell you that they love you, but they're not ready for you. And they feel bad about it. So now you're like, they gave you hope. They're like, okay, maybe in the future we can be together. But that's why you hate yourself. You hate yourself because they're not giving you what you deserve. So what you deserve is up here, but they're giving you this, and you're accepting this. So that's why now you're lowering the value of yourself down to there, and that's a reason why that you don't like yourself. You can't live with yourself. So if there's people in your life who are playing with you, who are causing you stress, causing you trauma, then you have to learn to get rid of them. Learn to cut them off completely. You can't depend on them anymore. And I feel like a lot of people will not like themselves, and this is for all the men out there, all my guys out there. You have to stop choking the chicken, man. That's one of the worst things that you can do as a guy. You're just changing, and the actual, like the adult films, you can't watch those anymore, bro. I know that this is one of the biggest problems in our generation now. This is the number one man killer, I would say. This is an epidemic, in my opinion, because a lot of men have twisted visions of what it should be like, because it's not anything like you see in those movies, in those videos. So you have to cut that off. You can't be choking the chicken anymore. And I get it, it's hard to stop, it's hard to get off that, but you have to know what triggers it for you. You have to know what makes you do it, and you have to acknowledge it. So the first thing for anything is acknowledge, hey, maybe I do have a problem. Hey, I do have a problem. You can't hit the, oh, I can stop whenever I want. You have to say, I have a problem, and I'm gonna stop. And you have to understand what triggers that for you. Is it when you're scrolling on Instagram, it's those girls on your page that puts that into your mind? Or is it late at night when you can't sleep, that's what you do to help you sleep, and it becomes a regular thing? Or you're just bored and you have nothing to do, so you just might as well. You see those videos, not interested. You follow those people, unfollow. You're on Snap, you see those weird stories, not interested. Whatever it is that triggers that, you have to get rid of it completely. Whatever that trigger is, you have to understand that, hey, this is why I get to that point. So I have to stop. I have to eliminate anything that gets me there. It's like you have to get to the store, you have to walk there. To get to the store, you have to leave your house, get in the car, and go. To get to the point of actually choking that chicken, you have to see something that sparks it. Then you have to go into that website, and then you have to find a video. So there's so many steps that you have to do before the actual act. So you have to stop the steps before, because if I leave the house to go to the store, I'm like, why am I going to the store? I don't actually have to go to the store. Or I leave the house, I get in the car, I'm like, oh, no, I shouldn't be doing this. But you let your desires run you. You have to master your mind. Once you master your mind, that's when it stops. It's the number one man killer. So know what triggers that. And there are apps that you can get that block those websites. You can get the app, you get your friend to put a password in that you don't even know. So now you can't even access those things. It's a step. You have to take a step. You can't just think about things all the time. You can't just think, okay, I'm gonna stop. You can't just think about it. You have to act on thoughts, because a dream without a goal is just a dream. Anything without action, it's just an idea. It's just a thought. So if you really want to get rid of bad habits, you have to replace them with good habits. When you get those desires, so for me, what I personally do when I get those desires, I always pray. I say, please give me the strength to get through it, because the desires don't go away. You just control your mind so much better. You get it, turn it off. You get it, whatever it is, you can't feed into that fire. It's like you see some Instagram model, and now you're like, so you click their page and you scroll, you're like, let me hit that Safari, let me hit that Google Chrome. But once you see that IG model, you have to say, nah, not interested. Get off the app, do some push-ups, go outside. Or if you know that, hey, whenever it gets late nights and I can't sleep, that's what happens to me. You have to put your phone out of your room. Go put your phone downstairs. Go put your phone somewhere so you can't access it. You have to take action. I feel like that's a big reason why people feel empty, because that's the dopamine that is unhealthy. The dopamine that you get from that is like one of the best dopamines you can get. So that's why you feel empty, because you see that, and it's the visual stimulation along with the physical. So you have to stop. That's why you feel so empty, and that's why you hate yourself. So if you feel lost in your life too, you need to really think about what you want and what you're willing to give up for whatever it is you want, and knowing what you have to give up for what you want. You feel lost because you don't have a purpose. You're not working towards anything. You have to really take time and think about, hey, what is it that I want? Not what is the For You page telling me to do? What is that Instagram guru telling me to pursue? Take some time away from your phone. Take some time for yourself and really think about, hey, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to pursue? Because you feel lost because you don't have direction. You're not going anywhere. If you're not going anywhere, you'll always be lost. In order to be found, there has to be a path. You have to go down a path. You have to have direction. And I was recently talking to somebody, and he told me that he finds the people who have taken life into their own hands an inspiration. People who have left the earth in an unnatural way as an inspiration. And that just breaks my heart. You have so much to live for. You have so much people, things to do, people to meet, places to go, life to live. Life is meant to be lived. And I know I have no idea what you're going through, what you've been through, but it gets better. But you have to actively and intentionally get better. You have to change your mindset from, I'm never gonna get better, I feel so sorry for myself. But just feeling sorry, you're only sorry because you did something wrong. So you feel sorry because you didn't act the way you were supposed to, but you can change that because it's your mindset. You have to change your mindset from that I'm never gonna get better to I'm going to get better, or things never work out for me to I'm gonna figure it out. I'm going to make it work no matter what happens. It's gonna work out for me. So it's just the mindset switch. But it can't just be mindset switch. You have to also act. You have to be able to row. If you're on a lake and you're in your canoe, you sit in the canoe, what's gonna happen? You're gonna stay in the same place. You're going to go wherever the water goes. Wherever the water takes you, that's where you're gonna go, because you're not putting in the work. You're not going anywhere. But you can't just row just to row. You have to know what direction you want to go. You have to know where that you want to go to. So you can't just row. You have to row intentionally. So you have to put in the work. You have to change your mindset from I can do this, I can get to where I want to go, but also know where you want to go. You can't hit a target that you can't see. If you're just saying, oh, I want to get in shape, I want to blow up. What is in shape to you? What is blowing up to you? Blowing up to you could be 1 million subscribers. Blowing up to you could be 50,000 subscribers. So how will you ever know when you've hit that goal? When you've reached that destination? When you've reached that physical goal? It's like, for me, one of my goals is to bench 225. I can't just go to the gym just to go to the gym. You have to be working towards something, or you'll lack purpose. You'll lack drive. Do anything. So change the mindset from I don't know if I can, or I'm lost, I don't know what to do, to I'm going to get better. Because what you think is what you become. What you put out is what you get back. So if you always put out negativity, what will you get back? Negativity. So change your mindset. Stop choking that chicken. Cut those people off. Even if it's hard. I know it's hard. I know you love these people, but put yourself first. It's time to put you before anybody else. You have to be selfish sometimes. And yeah, it's hard. Learn to love yourself little by little. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'll see you in the next one.